So hi guys, this is going to be handstand and balance conditioning. It doesn't mean you have to be good at handstands at all. I'm actually really bad at them, but it's the conditioning and the exercises towards it for balance and shoulder strength. And a bit of abs as well, you know. Handstand is a full body move. So let's get started. Again, got my little list as always telling me what to do. Most of my warm-ups involve this exercise because it's just nice. So cat-cow stretch, just reaching down, reaching up. Oh, so you know it, try and really look for those stretches. It's quite early in the morning for me right now, and you tend to be a little bit stiffer through the spine early morning. It loosens off as the day goes on. So I'm certainly feeling this. And I'm going to draw some circles to the side, to the floor, to the side and to the ceiling. I'll just do 3 each way. And then changing directions, side, ceiling, side and floor. And then from here, let's take it up into a downward dog. So what I'm trying to do here, again, is just loosen my shoulders. Often shoulder flexibility is an issue for handstands. Try and twist the creases of the elbows to face forwards and the point of the elbow to face towards the back of the mat. I'm just going to do some little pulses for 20, 19, 18, just pressing your chest, easy stretch on the shoulders, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, keep them coming. Remember, your heels don't have to be on the ground at the back. If they are, great. If they're not, still great. 3 and 2 and 1. From here, just round your way forwards, a little back bend here, and let's pick it up to the downward dog again. We'll do 2 more here. So scoop your spine up to the ceiling, scoop your tummy in, round it forwards, drop your knees, a little back bend. Whew. Last one, we're going to come back to that downward dog position. So here, this time, I'm going to try and shrug. So I'm pushing up with my shoulders towards my ears. Again, set those shoulders so the elbows are facing forwards. You might not see much, but there's a shrug. And a shrug, yeah, you can just about see it on camera. And 3. I'm looking back towards my feet, just because it keeps my neck in a natural position. And 5, 6, up to 10. Try and feel the shoulder blades sliding up towards your shoulders. Simply holding this position is quite hard work if you do it for long enough. I think that's 9 and 10. All right, back down to hands and knees. Whew. Okay, so just giving the wrists a little warm up, because the wrists are always a sticking point for handstands too. Try and lean your body weight into your hands, and I'm going to come up to straight wrists and down again. It's a push-up, it's a little tiny push-up, but using your wrists rather than your arms. So I often find my feet come off the floor because I'm trying to lean weight into my hands. If you simply sit flapping your arms, nothing happens. Let's go for 30. I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, lean into it. 14, 15, 16, just a really quick wrist exercise. 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29 and 30. Done. Just take a little sit down, a couple of wrist stretches. So I've got my fingers pointing towards the camera, away from me. All I'm going to do is lean forward, looking for the stretch, and then twist the arm here. So I'm going 10. You can secure it with the other hand if you want to. 8 and 7 and 6. So my crease of my elbow is looking around the room a little bit. 3 and 2. Staying on the same, excuse me, but staying on the same hand, turn your fingers towards your crotch. I'm looking for a stretch here. I'm going to secure it with the other hand. And same thing, just twist. You should feel it right up here. 9 and 8 and 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and changing sides. So fingers are pointing forwards. Look for the stretch, so I'm just tilting into it. This exercise really helped me. Again, it doesn't have to be about handstands. For quite a long time my wrists were so bad I could barely go on hands and knees, and these exercises really helped me just to get that wrist flexibility back. Believe me, I've had so many injuries over the years. There's 10, and then I'm turning my hand in. Look for the stretch. And twist. 9, 8, 7. So I can feel that stretch just moving. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Okay. So a handstand to look at is a straight line, basically from your hands to your head to your hips to your feet. Although it doesn't feel like a straight line. And a really good conditioning exercise for the handstand is what I call a dish. I'm just grabbing my little alarm clock here, so we're going to do a 1-minute dish. So a perfect dish, and mine ain't perfect, is basically really rounding the lower back into the floor. The feet should be hovering, keeping that lower back rounded, keeping the arms back. I can't do that for a minute. Maybe you can, but start where you can and do your best. So I'm going to lift up as high as I can into my curl, pulling my abs as flat as possible, straight arms, straight legs, and then I can lower to wherever they need to be. Maybe you'll go for bent legs, it's easier. You know, keep modifying it and changing it as we go. Our minute starts now. Oh, and I'm quite tired today. Actually already tired doing this, so I can always just modify it, make it easier for myself. Or if I want to go for it, I can go lower. Try and keep your shoulders off the floor. Keep rounding into the mat, keep scooping your abs in, so you don't want those muscles bulging. If the muscles are lifting into a chunk sticking out, you're pushing your abs out of shape. They're certainly tense, but they're holding in as flat as I can make them. Guys, we are past halfway. So this is how a handstand feels. It doesn't look this way. Nearly there, guys. 10 seconds left. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and done. Oh, okay. So I've got my door here. We're going to do some handstand kick-ups. Again, it does not matter if you're absolutely great at handstands or absolutely rubbish at them. It really makes no difference. The exercise will be the same. You'll have a good side and a bad side, I think, with this. And you might find the difference is quite shocking. So what I'm going to do here, my head's likely to disappear out of screen. I'm going to have my arms already set in line with my ears. I'm going to take a long lunge forwards, lunge, then start to tilt forwards, the hands will hit the ground, keeping this line at all times, and kick up. All I'm going to do is 10 each side. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to do my good side first, and you'll see the difference on my bad side's horrendous. Okay, I'm also quite out of practice. I got really obsessed with handstand conditioning last year, and then I just fell out of the habit of everything lately. Okay, so here I go. I do a long lunge, kick up. If your handstand is nowhere near vertical, it doesn't matter. 2, I just hit the wall, not a problem, I'm fine with this. I'm just getting this motion. Feel like the front leg is pushing. Try and crunch your abs. Remember how the last exercise felt? And 5. Try and make it very gentle so your hands aren't slamming the floor. 6. Oh. And 7. Woo! 8. So the wall's there just in case I fall over, or rather I won't fall over because of the wall. 9. And here it comes, 10. So that was my comfortable side. I'm going straight on into the uncomfortable side. Here it comes. 1, and that feels so unnatural. 2. It is a lunge as well, so there should be a little bit of a exercise happening with the legs. 4. So even if your handstands are just like little flops, it's fine, it's still doing the job. It's still a load on your shoulders, it's still a lunge. And hey, if you hit the handstand, all the better. I've lost count, I think I've got 3 more. 3. 2. And 1. Woo! Oh my goodness, we made it. Okay, so the next exercise, you may find, again, there's different levels of what will suit you.
I'm going to do some headstands. You might have never done a headstand in your life. I've got versions for you. I'm going to move it round next to the radiator this time, just so you can see it. My headstands are actually quite good. It's my handstands that aren't. Oh. So if you've never done a handstand, I'm simply folding them out so it fits around here. So if you've never done a headstand,
a really nice little baby version is to have your hands in like a triangle. So my head is the top of the triangle and my hands would be kind of here. So they're not next to my head. So I've made a nice equal triangle, hands shoulder width. And you can then just pop your knees onto your upper arms and just, see how that feels, see what's going on in there. Yeah, good stuff. If that's easy, maybe you'll want to tuck your knees to your chest instead. Personally, I prefer to do my headstands in this position. It feels better to me. All I'm going to do here is lower and lift my headstand 5 times. Alright, so there's one. Don't worry if you're not lowering or lifting. You might just be tucking your knees to your chest. There's the wall behind me, so you can always rest your bum on the wall if you want to. There's 2. I could do a split version. 3. 4. And if you're happy just working on getting into a headstand, that's fine as well. 5. In fact, I'm enjoying myself. I'm going to do a couple more. 6. 7. Woo, so remember, you don't need to be lowering and lifting, you can just be doing that. Just practicing being in a headstand. Woo, it makes your head buzz. Okay, next one's going to be the crow pose. I'm hopeless at these. And I use yoga blocks because I freak out otherwise. Without my yoga block, I feel like I'm going to fall on my face. With my yoga block, I tend not to use it, but it's just there and it makes me feel like I'm not going to fall. Sometimes my head taps it. That's fine. I haven't done a crow pose in months. I've always been hopeless at these, so let's see what happens. If you've never done this before, you can always just leave one foot on the ground, lift a foot, pop it down, lift the other foot, pop it down. That's fine. I want really, really wide fingers for this. I've got my block. And you want to take the arms, the knees and rest them on your arms. It's all balancing, it's all hand balancing at the end of the day. Okay, and then you're just tilting your body weight forwards. I'm going to hold this for a count of 10. So my face is not on the blocks, I promise. 10, 9, 8, 7. You can tap a toe down if you need to. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. My feet were off the floor, I count that as a win. Without the blocks just in front of me, I always freak out and just fall over. So that's a top tip if you're like me and you get scared. Okay, nearly finished with our handstand conditioning. The last one is going to be using a wall, or in my case, a door that I trust nobody's going to open. There's different levels again, so work with what you can. You might be happy just to hold the L shape, and I'll show the L shape in a moment. If you're happy in the L shape, you might want to do some hand lifts. I know when I started these, not a chance could I do a hand lift, but as I got stronger, these started to work. Or we can do a wall walk, where you walk in all the way in, tap your nose to the wall, walk all the way out. Again, I didn't start with this. I could not get to the wall and back out, I was too weak. So I just kind of did a little bit as far as I dared, came back. Just bear in mind, if your arms are very, very tired, how are you going to get down? So just remember, you've got to have enough energy to get out of this. So I'll quickly show you an L shape. We've got a minute left. I've got my hands straight under my shoulders. If they're wide, you're going to hurt your shoulders. So bang straight. Big, nice, wide hands. The goal with the L shape is to make an L shape, funnily enough. So I'm just going to walk up my wall here. This is no good. My back is arched. So I need to scoop my tummy. Remember the ab crunch? And this would be my L shape here. So I'm stacked straight over my hands. So you might want to hold this and it becomes a good exercise. Push to the ground and shrug like we did with the downward dogs. You might want to do some hand lifts. I'm going to go for 10 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. I'm going to come down, so I'm getting dizzy. I'm going to do one wall walk. Again, these I find quite difficult for me.
Hand lifts, I couldn't do them at all a year ago, so you just got to start where you can. Okay, one wall walk. I'm a little bit scared my mat's going to slip. So the hands walk backwards, nose to the wall and back out, and I would say that probably finishes our 15 minutes. Here I go. So you've got to trust that nobody's going to open a door if you're using the door. So I might have got this far the first time I did it. I certainly didn't get in. Tap. And back out. But bear in mind, you've got to get out of this, because there's only one way down once you get tired and it's falling. Oh my goodness. I think we just finished. Yay!